Are you not tired of chasing emotionally unstable men? I'm here to tell you how you can recognize the abuser or a person who is hiding under the mask of being a nice person to you and being a nice partner for you. Because, well, guys, I went through such a big trauma. I'm here to give you some advices that might gonna help you. Everything that I want to tell you is my real experience. So it's not something that I read somewhere or that's something that I've got from my psychologist. So actually, I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you about my story and some tips that I will always mark as abusive one. But before we start our video, I want to say thank you so much, guys, for supporting my channel. I want to say thank you everyone that subscribed me after my last video. I've got such a big response from everyone and such a big feedback from everyone who subscribed to me and who watched the previous video. So I really want to say, like, thank you so much for supporting me. We're becoming more and more bigger. So let's get started. So first of all, always recognize the emotions of your partner. Emotionally unstable person will always use his anger against everyone. Sometimes it can be just like a normal situation on the road, for example, or a normal situation like in everyday life, because sometimes when he or she reacts like really like angry and he like starts to become angrier and angrier, and sometimes when he like starts to using his physical power against anyone, that is not okay. He will not act like this to everyone and not for you. So I want to tell you that if he acts like this to everyone, it means that one day he will act like this with you. How he talked to like people out of your relationship. I'm not talking about like his friends or family, like people who like workers or something, like for example waitress, to anybody like who works in this kind of sphere where you should like communicate with people. When you see this, you will understand how he will react to people, how he will talk to people. If you think that you will never be on their place, you're wrong. Because one day and he will act with you like you are a waitress, but actually you're his partner. Your partner might think that like everything that he does is okay to him. He will never respond to the thing that it's not okay for you. So he will always think like, well, what did I do wrong? You will tell him like, well, you hurt me or you did something wrong, and he will be like, but I didn't do anything bad. So you're too emotional. Not, you're not too emotional. It's just you. It's just him. It's just him. He is not, it's not your emotional. It's he unavailable to think about other people's emotions and feelings. Like, trust me, silly people always do bad for you. Like, for example, it's about like silly jokes on you or silly jokes about your career or something. If you tell him to stop and he's like, okay, and then he starts again, go away. Go away, because I went through this for at least like 1 year. 1 year I was with a person who actually was joking on me for 1 year. I mean, I had like this partner who always like was making fun of me just about my career, about my thoughts, about my ideas. He was like, this is fine, this is fine. But then he was like, well, don't take me so seriously because I'm just like making jokes. But these jokes are actually toxic for me. They actually was hurting me, and I started to be so insecure about myself. So actually pay attention to what he says and what he does. Oh, okay, I will never do this again, and he begins to do this again. Go away from him, because he will never change again. Like, giving the second chance to a person who made you feel bad is the same thing to read the book and know the ending. So see how he reacts on your friends. For example, you have like you're entering this relationship and he's like acting okay to your friends, to your girlfriend, but then he began to act super toxic against your friends. I'm not telling you about like a good story when he starts to protect you from your friends that are actually toxic love. We're talking about a partner who always make like you feel so bad because he is telling you that your friends are bad, but actually you know that your friends are good. Once he does this, the next step will be your parents. So firstly, he will get rid of your friends. Secondly, he will get rid of your parents. All my relationship were super toxic, but I didn't recognize that because I felt like, well, probably I am just toxic here and he's not, but it was just like a biggest mistake of my life. You need someone to talk. When I used to be in my toxic relationship, the only person that I was talking to one day was my friend. When she told me like, Elisa, it's not okay. Like you are just actually using control under yourself. When you're alone in your relationship and you don't have anyone to talk to and anyone to share your life with, because sometimes strangers or like friends can tell you when it's like when it's time to stop. Because when you're in a relationship, you always think like super like in a circle mindset. You're always thinking about only your relationship. And sometimes girls have this problem when they disappear in their relationship. Like they are obviously always with their partner. They don't think about themselves. They don't think about anything. And they don't see how her partner plays a victim with you. And they don't see when this is like the final mistake and this is like the final joke or final thing that he can do to you, where you should stop. You always need to pay attention how he acts with you after your fight. After they argue, abuser will always feel like guilty for his thoughts or for something that he did, and he will obviously buy you some flowers, buy you some gifts to make you feel like more happy. The victim will never feel okay because she will think like, well, he gave me a gift, we had to argue, now it's okay. But in fact, it's not okay because in your soul and inside of you, there will be something that like will always tell you that it's not okay and something is wrong with you or with your partner. And you will always feel guilty for that. You will always feel bad and you will always think like, well, he gave me flowers, he like said sorry, what else, like we discussed everything. But in fact, when he crossed your boundaries and that was the final day and the final like argue with him, you will understand this. None of these gifts, none of these flowers will ever help you to heal yourself. Because yeah, it's nice to get gifts. I obviously like love getting gifts or flowers, but there is actually something in your soul that you need to heal. And that doesn't heal with flowers and actually not about gifts. Always you should pay attention to her or his parents, how he acts with his parents. When you see how their life goes and when you see the family, I mean how they talk to each other, how they react, you will understand how your partner wants you to react. So if this is something that you don't want to see in your life, and if you understand that you don't want to be like his mother, then go away. Everything goes from the family. If you want to understand like a person that is adult one, you need to go to his childhood. You need to see his parents. You need to understand what's going on in his family. He will always try to control your life, what you're wearing, what you're eating, who are you communicating with. No. Stop controlling my life. Our relationship is such an organism that like we are creating and we are together and we are the same person. But this is not real one. When you are being in a relationship for so long time, sometimes you can like get his emotions, sometimes you can get his habits. You should always understand that you are another person. And yeah, it's nice that you are having something common. You are having like your love, you're having something like that. But you are separately different people. You are like a girl and you are a man, and your man is like acting like your father. So he acts like you should be like his daughter and he's your father. So I had this and I collected my money for like one trip where I went alone because I really love traveling. And one day this partner told me like, why don't you ask me where you should go? I was like, what? Like, why do I need though? And he was like, I'm your partner. I was like, and what? I'm paying by myself. You are not paying like for my trip. Why do I need to ask you where I should go alone? And he was like, I'm your partner and I need to know. So, and I was telling him like, well, but you're not my father. Like, we're separately different people. Like, yeah, we're heavily in a relationship, but you can't tell me where should I go. And actually that wasn't something like, well, I should go to Ibiza and have like a party over there alone and like get wasted and something like that. No, I was just like traveling around like different cultures and different countries just to see like different people and to like see the culture of this country. So the thing is, when your partner loses control of you, he starts to act like a victim. He starts to act like a person who was, and he starts to act like, well, you disappointed me. What should you eat? What should you wear? This is something that you should understand for yourself, what you want to eat, what you want to wear. Once he has a control under you, he has control under your family, he has control under your friends, he has control under everything. You don't have a freedom in this relationship. The thing is why girls always wear this like clothes might men think that are too short or too opened is just because we feel comfortable in that, and just because we want to wear this because it looks nice, because we want to feel beautiful. And that doesn't depend on men, and that doesn't depend on attention from other men. Just like, this is like your partner's problem if he doesn't understand this, so you don't need to heal him. Like, we are partners, we are not like a doctor and a patient. Like, why do I need to heal you? Why do I need to give you an explanation why I want to wear this skirt? You don't need to explain anyone what you want to eat. You don't need to explain anyone where you want to go. He will become a parent for you. Do you need like second parent? Like, we're talking about like relationship where you're an adult one and he's like my adult one B. So like, if he's adult one and you're adult one, why do you need like a second parent for you? Because he needs this to be secure about future. Everyone wants to be secure about their future. Everyone wants to be secure about their partner. And once a man or a girl starts to date like a beautiful man, and she or he has like mental problems, I'm not telling you about healthy relationship. We are talking about toxic one. So once you start to date with this broken guy, thinks that you're too beautiful for this world, he will actually tell you to not wear makeup. He will actually tell you to become uglier. He wants to be confident in you. He wants to be confident in the fact that you will never like cheat on him, because he wants to be confident. But it's his problem is if he wants to be confident by making you uglier or insecure. It's his problem. You don't need to heal your partner's problem. Everyone wants to have like healthy relationship. Why do we need someone to heal? There are like super nice psychologists. There are some super nice doctors. They like can heal these people. But relationship and your love should bring you happiness. Why do you need to save someone? Your life is so short and you want to save someone from his like trauma, and you want to heal his trauma for the rest of your life? You have this time, girl? No, you don't have that. You need to value yourself. You don't need to explain this in healthy relationship, because in healthy relationship your partner understands how he needs to talk to you. You don't need to explain anyone anything. Like, and we're not talking about like some argues when you are having like a problem and you are being like, well, I'm not going to tell him that we're having a problem. No, if you're having a problem, you just talk about this, like get the solution, and that's okay. And that never happens again. But in toxic relationship, you will obviously talk to him and he will never hear you. Why? Because he wants to think that you are trying to get your mindset in his mindset. It's just like his character, or it's just his family. Yeah, he was brought up in this toxic family. Why you need to heal a toxic man? Do you really want to date with a person whose opinion even his family doesn't need. I went through this. I'm telling you, I had this partner who obviously his family was super toxic, and I told him like, well, I can't just even like talk to them because they are making so silly and so dumb and so toxic jokes on me that I cannot like communicate with them. Like, actually, his family was the most toxic family I've ever met. Please pay attention to your health, how your body reacts. When I used to be in my toxic relationship, my body became like so fat. I started to gain weight. My face became like bigger. I didn't know why that happened. When I went to doctor was like, well, I don't know, why do you have like this? And every single day I had headaches. I always wanted to go to sleep. Your body is telling you that you are with the wrong person. So what's happening is that he eats your beautiful energy. He eats your beauty. He eats like each energy that you have. When we're separately with my partner, he has such bad days. Like, he has a really bad days on his job. He had a really bad days with his family, like bad situation on the road, bad situation like in every sphere of his life. And when I was separately of him, I didn't have any headaches. I didn't want to throw up. I felt super like healthy. I didn't want to go to sleep. I was like, well, life is cool. Like, healthy person will never ever charge from anybody. And when we started to date like for a really long time, and I saw his red flags, and I was like, well, he's not gonna change. He's not gonna change. I got like pimples all over my face, like over here. And I went to doctor, and he was like, well, probably you have like something bad with your vitamins. And I like got my blood test, and he was like, well, your vitamins are super nice, like super good. When we broke up, I understood that it was not about vitamins. It was not about like medical something like that. It was about my partner. My partner was not mine. And your toxic partner will obviously say to you like that you will never find any good person. Like, he's the only one good person. He's the only one good person. It's hard now to find a good man. This is what my like ex-boyfriend told me one day. He was like, well, nowadays for girls it's so hard to find a normal man. It will hard for you to find a normal man. Excuse me, sir. I actually went to therapy after my last relationship. Just trust me, I went to therapy. Like, you don't have to go to therapy to get out of your relationship. You don't need to go to the therapy when your last relationship was healthy. So if you are thinking in your relationship that, oh, I really need a therapist right now, that rings a bell. That means that your partner is a red flag. He's gonna change. He's gonna change. I'm the only one who will change him. No, trust me. Once you change him, in a few months, he will be back to the place where he was. So obviously, you will become uglier, fatter. I will like put the picture of me in my relationship, in my toxic relationship, and put a picture of me out of this relationship. You will see like how my face changed, because even my face was just like so big. You will never like understand that it's me, because like after I stopped like dating this broken man, my face became like shinier. My face became like, you know, more beautiful. I had this cough that was like every single time. I had like a really weird coming from nowhere cough. Like, I was always coughing, and I was taking a bunch of pills every day. I was thinking that I'm ill. I was ill for 1 year. It's now 2 months after I broke up, and I want to say that like 2 months I hadn't have any cough. I don't have it. Just, I don't know where it's gone. I don't have asthma. I don't have allergy right now. I don't have any cough. I don't have any problems with my digestion, because when I used to be in my relationship, I had this grateful problems with my digestion, and no pills helped me, like nothing helped me. My hair became shinier. My skin became shinier. I lost 5 or 6 kilograms in 2 months. 6, imagine that. I became more healthy. I became so confident in myself. This is just about toxic relationship. This is just about the wrong person around you. This is why it's important to surround you only with good people. That actually doesn't depend on even a partner, or it's a friend, or it's like your family. It always depends on the people who are surrounding you. So please pay attention to who you are choosing, like which people you are dating with. You giving him energy and he's giving you energy, and when you are don't have like any energy in yourself, you will obviously you will never give him love, like, because when a person doesn't have energy for himself, he will never give you love. I want to tell you thank you so much for watching my video. Red flags are not a joke. Always pay attention to red flags on the first date, because I didn't do that. I hope that my video was helpful for you to love yourself first. I really got a really good and really wonderful response on my last video on my social media. So I really want to say thank you so much for watching till the end. I really put it so much effort in this video to make it more like interesting for you and to make this video helpful for you. Love you guys. See you in my next video.